Welcome back to another episode of Pick Truth. I'm your host, Dr. Vicky Harris. I'm here with my co-host,
Lamont Hearn Jr.
and we're here to bring the heat. It's another On the Ones episode. And today our guest is Darius Dooley. Darius, can you say hi to all our listeners?
Whoa, what's up, people? Let's speak some truth, baby.
So let me do my introduction
My
here.
bad. My bad.
So Darius, I met Darius, oh
That's
my
my name.
goodness, almost 25. Is it almost 25 years ago? 24?
About 25, 25, 26. About 26 years.
My goodness.
Something like that, yeah.
Longer than
Yeah.
some people have been on the face of this planet. And I have to say
That's
that
true.
Darius and our friendship has gone back for a long, long time. I remember the first time I met him. I remember us being in classes together and me not talking. I remember all these things, but one thing that has remained to be seen and true is that, like, I love Darius. Like, he was one of those. You have pivotal people in your lives. Like, I have them. I know when, like, okay, if it wasn't for this person being in my life, there's this experience I wouldn't have had. Darius is one of those people. I only have like four, but Darius is one of those people. I don't think I would have survived K State the way that I did without him as a friend. And I have not always been the best friend. I would say that with all my emotional shortcomings and all the things, uh, he still stuck around and like we were just foolish together. I mean, was absolutely plain foolish. So expect ridiculousness on this particular episode. D Money has gotten full carte blanche to do and say all that he likes and wants on this episode. But I'll say this. Uh, he is a husband. He is a father. He has dedicated almost 20 years of his life to his one profession, and he's an amazing friend. So let's give it up to our guest for the day. Insert claps here. Darius, thank you
Oh,
for
my
being on our
God.
show.
Thank you for having me. I didn't know I was supposed to bring tissue because you just pretty much worked me up that, I'm not that guy. But thank you. That was so sweet. You're a dear friend. I know I've been a shitty friend for most of my life, but that's what makes us friends. So
Two shitty
thank you though.
motherfuckers together.
I'm happy to be here. Man, we ain't shit, baby. You know what I'm saying? Might as well be not shit together. You know what I'm saying?
Love it. All right, guys. So what's been going? Okay, so at the time of this recording, the most recent thing that I recognize that is going on in the news is the death of Matthew Perry. For those that are in the United States, this was an actor that
Crazy.
played on it's kind of situational comedy, a sitcom back in the 90s and
Right,
2000s,
right,
and
right.
they stole it from black people living single. But that's okay. We're not going to talk about that because it's not the right
I was
time.
hoping you gonna say a white comedy. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
They
Yeah.
stole it. They stole it. Talk about it's
Pretty
just,
much.
but that's petty of me. He just passed of a drowning in his own home based on TMZ. Y'all,
Mm-hmm.
the internet
Right.
is evil.
In his jacuzzi.
In his jacuzzi. So let me tell you about
Yikes.
some of the memes I have seen. I sent one to the group chat this morning, like at 8:00 in the morning. It was like 8:15 in the morning. I barely even check my damn text messages. The first thing they get is a screenshot of this particular actor. In the opening scenes, he's like at a fountain and he has water spitting out his mouth in the fountain. Somebody had sent that to, well, I found it and had to send it to the team. Like, yo, the internet has no chill. No,
Undefeated, baby.
no chill. So this makes me think about all the times I have seen no chill from the internet.
So you mentioned that, and I just seen an image that was sent to me of Matthew Perry from it's an image of him dressed as Deadpool.
Somebody's catching that slow. It's slow for somebody. But they're catching it
Yeah.
like Deadpool. Get it, hit.
Yeah.
I'll drink to that. I will drink to that. Yeah.
They are rough.
Yeah. My biggest fear is becoming a meme. Like I don't want to
Mm.
be at the beach doing some fat shit and somebody take a picture and then now every time somebody do fat shit, it's my picture there like doing that fat thing. Like that's my biggest fear. Like and it's I want and something greedy and wrong. Like I'm Justin saying for Cheeto and eating the shit. Like don't and somebody now records me and I'm every time they'd have that picture because there are our go-to memes and gifs.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's great because it'd be like I imagine myself like and say I don't eat hot dogs. My wife's like, you just got to try it. And the one time I take that glizzy to my mouth, and then that's when somebody gets me, and I don't even like it, But I'm now the glizzy master. For
The
anyone who
Glizzy
doesn't know,
Master.
a glizzy is also a penis, a very large penis. Do I have to do that? No. Okay.
See, we're
No.
educational here. That's what we do. We provide
For our
multiple,
non-American listeners,
which we do have, funny enough, that may not be
there we
aware.
go. Yeah.
Oh,
Buenos dias.
yeah. And so I was expecting that. I was not expecting that one. That is hilarious to me. Oh, and Lamont, I have one more thing that I saw over the interwebs this morning. I thought that
Uh,
you would appreciate it. Um, it is, you know how when we play Monopoly here in the States, now you may already know
mm-hmm.
this, and F you if you do. In the States, it's Boardwalk and Park Place. Do you
Yeah.
know what it is in the UK?
Buckingham Palace.
Oh, yeah, you don't know. It is. Now I'm gonna mess it up. Hold on. No.
Oh Lord.
See, now I'm gonna say it wrong because
What's your notes? What's your notes?
dang nabbit. My brain just totally well, we know why.
Oh
We
my
know
God. Now
why.
it's a meme. You know what I'm saying? You just become a meme.
What was it? It is God
What they call a
Park
senior
Lane in
moment.
Mayfair. So I was reading a confession and they were talking about Parkland and Mayfair. And I was like, that's not on the Monopoly board. You done made that completely up. But in the UK, it is the boardwalk in Park Place. And then now I have now
Mm.
got to go find. Now I want every fucking Monopoly from every country just to see what they got.
What? What?
I want everyone. Okay,
That's
I don't
pretty
want the
cool.
physical box though. Y'all just let me know the names. Like y'all ain't got to see me the whole thing. But I didn't realize. Listen, and it may sound real dumb and American because it is. I didn't even
Yeah.
recognize
Yeah.
that you could have a different Park Place and Broadway and Park Place in other parts of the world. I just thought, we made the game in the United States, and so like maybe we keep it consistent
Right.
with what the rules were initially. Then watch
Mm.
somebody be
Right.
like, because it wasn't made in the United States, it was made someplace else. Maybe
Yeah.
I didn't do the research, but
Yeah.
If you would have merely
There's gonna be a
Googled it, you
board
know
game.
it.
I
Yeah.
Like what?
yeah. So just that was our lesson for today, everyone. That if you decide to play Monopoly in the UK, it's Parkland and Mayfair.
Mm.
Mm.
And the light blue ones, you know how like they were like, the cheapest one? It's like, Pendletonville Road and Uston Road. Like y'all just ruined the whole game because y'all gave it too many names. Like y'all just ruined it. Like it's a whole lot of conversation. Just saying.
Hilarious.
All right, but we know what y'all are here for, listening to these confessions. And so I am going to jump into the very first one. I think. This one is titled My Friend Secretly Recorded Me. All right, I'm going to jump right in. Let's call this friend James. He's someone I've known since ninth grade. We became good friends throughout high school, and we've continued hanging out afterwards ever since. He's a loner type, can't drive because of a specific health condition. I really want to know what that health condition is. He still lives at home with his parents, which is understandable to me because of the economy, and is an overall awkward, shy individual. With all that mentioned, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt over the past decade or so. I just feel guilty knowing I'm his only friend. If I stop talking to him, he literally has no other friends. So I can imagine him being very, very lonely. So this past Sunday, I went over to his house to watch some basketball, football, and had some drinks. The plan was for both of us to drink. His parents were heading out somewhere, so James is willing to drink a little. Well, he backed out. He said he didn't want to get risk getting drunk. Once again, understandable. He can't handle his alcohol. He has vomited many times in the past, even off light beer. That's beyond lightweight.
Mm.
That's beyond. I had already purchased a couple of giant beer cans, so I drank by myself. It sounds real lonely. I drank by myself as we watched television.
As he watched you.
Right. I began getting buzzed. These were giant cans by the end of the game. So I was buzzed by the end of the game. So I've spoken about some personal stuff with him before. So it wasn't anything out of the ordinary for me to tell him tales from my past. He's done the same for me a few times. So in my buzz state, I began sharing stories about my brother, something I have rarely have done throughout our friendship. I saw James toying with his phone. He has some sort of Galaxy, whatever. Anybody who doesn't have an Apple iPhone, and especially if you're in your friend group, grow up and get an Apple. But anyway, he has some sort of Galaxy.
was that part of the confession?
Nah,
Was that part of the confession?
as,
Okay, but they had to say it was a Galaxy.
yeah,
Yeah, it was
but
a garbage ass phone. They should have said it was a garbage ass phone, not an iPhone. But go ahead. Okay, got it.
what they said a Galaxy, so
Green ass text,
whatever.
boring ass green text. I can't even FaceTime them people. You try to FaceTime somebody? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go
They
ahead.
mess up the group chat.
Yo.
Like we have two in our friend group. They mess up the group chat. They don't care. They don't care about anybody but themselves. You know what? You ain't nothing but a Samsung user. And y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Love y'all though. Y'all help support the show.
Why do I gotta get another text that tells me you like my post, my whatever? It should just be there with the thumbs up. Why I got to get another? I'm looking at my phone, risking death driving. Why the fuck? Get an iPhone. Stop being I'm smarter than you because I've got a Galaxy. I can zoom in on a building 80 miles down the road and see a light. Who the fuck cares about that light? All right, I'm sorry. Go back to
But I
James.
can't FaceTime you when I'm out of town. Uh we have to use Facebook Messenger so I can see my kids. Okay, sorry, I took that person. Love you. Love you. I'm gonna
Rainy ass messenger.
okay, I'm gonna keep going. Keep going. So he has some sort of
I'm gonna
Galaxy.
piss me off, man. I'm sorry.
Perfectly.
Thanks, James. Grow up and drive, you loser. I'm sorry, my bad, dog. I'll be quiet. Let me mute myself.
Hey,
I want to know
yo.
why he don't drive.
I do.
What up? He got elephantitis of the leg. What? He can't. He hit the brake and the gas at the same time. James, come on, grow up, bro.
It's a lot. We digressed. So he has some sort of
I'm
Galaxy.
sorry. Forgive me.
He saw me eyeing his phone as I continued sharing the story, so he locked his phone. A few minutes later, he had his phone on again and was scrolling through it, looking like he was trying to press the red button. I asked him, "What's that?" He said, "Oh, it's just a FanDuel app." Because I'm an Apple user and I don't know what kind of crap you have going on your screen. I had no reason to doubt him, but I was still suspicious. Nevertheless, I continued the story. About a minute or later, I asked him if he was recording the conversation. He said, "No, of course not." After playing with his phone for a bit longer, he set it aside. I then said, "If you want to record the convo, go ahead. I want to hear what I sound like under the influence of alcohol." He picked it back up and pressed the screen, feigning like he had just started recording. Yes, I gave him permission at this point, but I was done with the personal stories and now only sharing irrelevant and slightly funny tales from my past that I've probably told him a few times before. His parents come home early and find my friend quickly fidgeted with his phone before setting it back down. He followed his parents upstairs, leaving his phone unlocked, but came down within a few seconds. I then said, "Hey, let's listen to the recording. I want to know what I sound like." He seemed to be hesitating. I was closer to his phone, so I pressed the button. It played from a point in our conversation where I had not given him permission to record. You can even hear me in the recording after a good minute or two ask, "Are you recording this?" Followed by him saying, "Of course not." I said, "So you were recording me after all, huh?" He gave me this awkward laugh and said, "I just like to record things. I've recorded everyone in the past. Ha ha." A few minutes later, in the recording, I'm heard asking if he wants to record the conversation. So I hear myself. We made eye contact and he turned away quickly. His parents came downstairs shortly after he returned, his phone completely off, and he put it in his pocket. His mom called him aside while his dad chatted with me about some random NBA game. I could hear James' mom questioning him if he had been drinking. He said no, but I couldn't hear the rest of their conversation. His parents went upstairs after his dad, who is a complete hypocrite, grabbed some beers from the fridge. It's okay for his dad to drink and smoke weed, but James isn't allowed to. He says it's all because of James's health condition, but I think they just want to treat him like a little baby still. So for the remainder of the time there, another hour and a half, we don't talk much. I haven't spoken to him since. I feel like calling him out via text or phone call, but he's a very sensitive dude. I once called him out for telling me he'd come with me to a car meet, but on the day of the meet, he wouldn't answer his phone, and we didn't speak for 2 to 3 months afterwards. I feel like calling him out now would be ending the friendship. I can't trust him anymore. He once told his older sister that I was attracted to my girlfriend's mom, and his sister asked me about it. I wasn't okay with him sharing that info, but he lied and lied, then begged me for me just to drop it. He wouldn't share my personal opinions, thought stories again. That was like 4 years ago. Now I feel like if this is something I should just forget about, like he said, he's a loner. I do actually enjoy hanging out with the guy. Besides cutting him off completely out of my life, is there a way to go about dealing with this? Remember, I did mention he's a sensitive person. So, how would I'll start with Lamont to make it easier, but how would you rate any of this? The the guy who is secretly recording his friend, and then the young man, should I still be friends with the person who secretly recorded me?
So I guess you got different parts of this. I mean, if y'all been cool this many years, but you've always felt like certain things like this have happened, certain things you didn't like. First of all, before we ask into that, what is his medical condition? I want to know what is the medical ailment that he's dealing with, because so far he keeps talking about it and talking around it, but not being specific at all. So
I, Excellent question. We lost our guest, so he'll join back. I'm imagining he was stuck in that one position for quite some time. So
yeah, he just kind of posed. I was just wondering.
we'll slow down a little bit so he can jump back in. But I don't know what medical condition you could have that prevents you from driving. Now, there could be a lot that prevents you from drinking and doing illicit drugs,
Right.
but I'm not sure what prevents him from driving.
Yeah, that's the part that kind of threw me off. I guess to speak to the actual confession, while I don't I don't necessarily judge somebody for wanting to be friends with somebody, because it's to some extent it feels like he feels bad for him, but he's also close with him, so he doesn't want to necessarily end the relationship because of this. But I feel like I'd have certain questions, and certain things I would need answered before I could go any further with that friendship. Just because if you can't trust him, that's a hard thing. Like, to me, I don't take friendship lightly. Not in that instance, where if I've got to worry about you continuously lying and recording me and everything else, I don't know what I can trust you with. And at that point, if there's no trust at all, why am I even associating with you? I don't have to. Even if I care for you, I can care for you from afar. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Because that even happens with family. So, um, as far as our actual ratings, the friend recording and doing all that, I mean, it's obviously not a reaper because we already know. So there's no him taking to his deathbed. Um, I am judging you. I'm judging you because I do question why you would even do your friend like that. And then once he's confronted you about it, I understand that most people, there is a tendency to want to kind of save yourself and kind of disassociate from it. But if we're really cool, I'd rather you speak with me on it and we can kind of go from there and kind of make it what it's going to be. But as far as the actual confessor, I'm giving you a side eye. Truthfully, for me, it's a jalapeno. Just because I'd want you have to care about yourself as much as you do your friends. Because what's that saying? You can't pour out of an empty cup or something
Hmm.
like that. And if you're spending all your time trying to save his feelings when he's continuously dismissing yours, that's kind of a questionable act. Oh,
No
okay.
worries. Darius is back again. First time he left, he came back with one hand covering his face. This time he has two hands covering his face.
uh,
While you were away, we wondered if this confession was you too. is that there was no girl at the threesome. It was just the two of y'all. You and the guy in the corner. There was no girl.
Girl one, girl two.
For those who can't see, he is talking about his hand, his left and his right. So that
It's been many wild nights, you know. I'm not gonna lie to you. Ambidextrous, that's what they call that, my friends.
so yeah, that made your story a little bit weirder, knowing that she wasn't there. Just you, guy in the corner. Everybody does their
James,
thing.
man. That was James.
Hey, and then when James, you finished? Yes.
See,
Like,
James' medical conditions, he be hallucinating. That's what it is.
Ain't nothing
He
wrong
be
with James,
hallucinating.
man. That's why I got to get out the house so I can date my two girls, man. Gotta go pick up this fool James, man. Damn, you know.
oh, shared hallucinations. Okay. Oh, Lamont, what's your opinion about this confession?
Please.
So this story reminds me of Manti Te'o, former linebacker
Oh, yes.
at Notre Dame,
Yes.
who he had a girlfriend, and as he kept rising in the Heisman race, different escalations started happening with her. He started talking about getting engaged. Then at some point, she ended up dying. So she dies. He talks about this on the Heisman stage, and everyone's talking about this is a national story. This guy from Hawaii, he's at Notre Dame, the big Catholic school. He's there. All this attention's on him, and everyone's talking about this girlfriend. So as they start doing some investigating, people start noticing that this girl isn't. She just isn't at all. She just isn't.
She just isn't.
She just isn't.
She just isn't. Very well put.
Very well. Yes, it was excellent. Yes.
Isn't. So eventually, as they start pressing him about the story, he kind of starts. First, he's like, "Well, no, it's true. It's true. It's true." And then, as people start pressing further, he eventually admits that it's a hoax. But he says that it was someone else who lied to him, and that it was someone else portraying to be this girl. But everyone's like, well, wait a minute. How did we get to the point of you almost marrying this girl? You're so in love with her, all these other things, and you all never actually had a direct communication.
All right.
This guy has went as far as to create a full family. Like, sis has aunts, uncles, mother, grandma. He's getting plates for Thanksgiving. Like, he's got a whole story that is wild.
He got a to-go box. He got a whole to-go box.
He got a whole to-go box.
Why? Why though?
Like, to go to that length, it's like, people tell, like, to cover up one lie, you got to create a second lie, which creates a third, so forth. This man created such a lie that there's a family generation that I guarantee there's a little cousin that misses him because he don't come around no more. It's just odd, man, to go through all this. I don't even know if his wife is real. Like, we need to verify that she's real.
I didn't even think about that.
Because he could be lying to us. He could be like, listen,
right.
my dead girlfriend's, friend became my wife. There's stuff he could be lying about. So he should have took this to his deathbed. This is a reaper to me. Just because if you go through this much of a lie, you can't stop it now. Like, you got to keep it going. Because how do you just drop 10 years of life out of it? And this is for a whole family. So dad may have been a vet. Mom could have worked at the VA, how they met. You know what I'm saying? There's so much detail here, man, that I know he had to put in effort. I wonder if he has this as a manuscript. Like, he might need to be writing actual books. That's probably what he really needs to be doing. You know what I mean? He could be making some money instead of making up all these stories for nothing.
Yeah.
Plot twist, her brother's named James. He never drives.
That's his medical condition.
Drake,
he don't exist. He just is. He just isn't. He just isn't.
He just isn't, man. Damn.
That makes Darius's confession even crazier that James wasn't in the room. The girl wasn't there and James wasn't in the room.
Oh,
concerned about my friend.
See, those are the parents. Those are the parents who got the beers. Dad didn't get no beers. Dad didn't even exist. They was in a whole burnt building. They wasn't even there. See how crazy it is? Life is wild, bro. This whole episode ain't even real. We're not even here. This ain't even an episode of Big Truth.
I'm sorry. I'm not Darius Dooley. So my energy didn't go out. I I keep hitting end on you motherfuckers.
I said that. Wait till you listen to the show back. I was like, he really didn't want to be here. Fuck them.
I got some chitlins on the grill. I'm trying to get them things off, man. The things keep banging, you know.
Oh, foolishness. What is your opinion, Darius?
Okay.
D Money.
Well, I'm like a poblano. All right, your truth could just irritate others straight up. Because I looked at this like I'm a professional liar. Lying is what I do for a living. I'm the guy that will get out of everything. All right, be it my wife, be it my job, be it I gotta help my mom, do whatever. Wait, damn. Now people know I'm lying. Not for my people that really love me and need me. I'm there for them. Anyway, so when I listen to this, I'm like, this guy's sorry, he sucks. But he never like, besides people's like feelings and their oh, let me comfort him. He never did a GoFundMe. He never got any
Mm.
money. So I'm like, I kind of feel like, all right, it's not that bad, He did. Oh, I gotta bury her. I need the money, or. So
He didn't
I'm
get
just like,
malicious.
right. So
Yeah.
I'm like, you got problems, bro. And then, because he could have just said we broke up, she dumped me and moved on. But the whole die thing, like, you needed more attention, and now he's married, allegedly, with kids and all. Just go away. Just go away, bro. Go away.
See,
Stop it.
I think what scares me is, okay, imagine your friend group. I was just telling Lamont, like, imagine if, so my mom died when I was 10, but imagine if that never happened. Like, y'all just been knowing me all this time and I just lied. To me, it's like, why are you lying about something like that? Like, why do you have it continuing going? Like, if you lied the first time, just let it go. Like, why do you keep having memorials? Like, why do you keep doing the balloon releases if it's a lie? Like, it's like,
Hello,
say the lie and let it go. But like, now you gotta tell your kids, oh yeah, daddy had a girlfriend and she died of suicide. Like, what? Why are you telling me that? I'm 5. Don't tell me.
and this is the day we honor her. Like, what? The one
Daddy,
that
show us a
isn't.
picture. Show us a picture of her, Dad. You can pull out a blank white T-shirt. There she go. There she go. They're like, we
Not
don't see
a,
anything. He'd be like, it's because you don't believe. You don't believe.
She lives on in my mind, kids.
it's a Peter Pan. Oh my gosh, y'all foolish.
Man.
Oh my goodness. So hey, so Darius, I'll ask if you're comfortable. What's a lie that you've told that won't get you in so much trouble today, or at least you can change some names that that you may think is confession worthy.
So one time, right? I was dating this girl. This long time ago, and so we're intimate, and usually I last pretty long for her to get her rocks off, and this time I don't know. I kind of came a little early, right? So I had to keep going and fake an orgasm. So I'm praying to God, like, please don't go soft. Please don't go soft. Just so I could. Then I'm like, oh God, and it was already. And even still, she was like, "That's it." And I'm like, "Bitch, you know what I'm saying? I could have been done like 5 minutes ago. You good 5 minutes." I'm saying, "Can I say bitch?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You
Damn,
good. You good.
man. I'm like, but I wasted my this theatrical performance for nothing. I could have just gave you that and been done. Like, I got mine.
Hey, at least it
You
wasn't
know,
on the stairs.
you know.
Sorry, guys. That is an inside joke running hard for a couple of decades. At least it wasn't on the stairs. At least
Internet guys.
you made it to the, but never have to perform. But why did his eye go like that? So y'all can't see his eyes. One eye is big, one eye is small. He had a whole thing
man, because you got, as you go into it, you gotta sell it. You can't,
Yeah.
she's like, what was that? I'm like, oh. So, but the hard part was not letting her know that I had finished. That was like, I was like, oh. She was like, what's that? Nothing. It's just so good. It just blew my whole load. I was done, man.
I thought you said. I thought you were going to say the hard part was James in the corner.
The one that isn't and wasn't, that guy. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Hilarious. I can see people dying on this episode.
Completely.
We have one
part.
more.
They're like, this is not true. This never happened today. And it did not. And none of this stuff ever happened. Honey, I love you. It never happened.
Mercy. Lamont, you had two to choose from. Whichever one you don't choose, we're going to do it a different day. But I'll let you decide which one you want to. I always, you know how this goes.
Yeah. All right. So the title of my confession for this week is Pokemon Backstabbing. My mom had a friend and she had a son about my age. So whenever my mom's friend would come over, her son would come over too because my mother wanted us to play together. This kid was the douchiest motherfucker at the time. We were both really into Pokemon. I had silver, he had gold. He was really shitty at the game. His Pokemon were underleveled. He couldn't beat the first gym, shit like that. Well, the Pokemon master that I was... Bird shit, sorry. I'm sorry. It's just so weird to be like the Pokemon master that I was. Like, come on, bro. Relax. It's a game, dog. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't mean to go on tangents, and maybe Darius has got me influenced on this one, but come on, bro. Like, I still play Pokemon games to this day, like from time to time, but it's not something to be that damn like geeked about, my guy. It's digital monsters, bro. Breathe easy. All right. Sorry. Let me get back into it. I'm professional. My apologies. Well, the Pokemon master that I was, I decided to help him out. I showed him which Pokemon are good and how to tell which moves to use, etc. So one day he asked if he can bring my Game Boy back to his house to look at my Pokemon and then bring it back the next day. Of course, my naive self accepted the offer. I expected him to look through my Pokemon and think, wow, Sour Lemon 13 is the coolest.
This is the tag name.
That's his name.
Yeah, that's his name. Nope. Motherfucker transferred all of my Pokemon, including my level 100 Typhlosion. He replaced them with Pidgeys and Caterpies. Fuck him. I'm gonna go first. Nope, I'm gonna go first.
Yes, go ahead.
Nope, I'm gonna go first.
This is your lane.
Okay, you know what? No, fuck that. This time it's not. See, this is the shit I hate, dog. Like, okay, so video games are the highest grossing form of entertainment in the world, more than movies, music, television, all that combined, as a matter of fact. Video games make so much money. Almost everyone plays some form of video games. But this is the type of fucking story that makes people sound like fucking nerds and gets people ran around, though. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I'm not saying that you shouldn't care about your Pokemon and stuff like that. I get it, bro. I've played it since it came out. The game came out in 96, 97. I literally had one of the Japanese cartridges. I get it. I'm not dismissing your enjoyment of it, but come on, dude. Sour Lemon 13, like Pokemon Master you are, like that's almost too many characters for a name in that game. If we're gonna really get extra, if you want to get real nerdy about it, but come on, bro. Like we doing all that. Like if you're so well versed on the game and this guy is so ass, and you said he's douchey, which is a term, I guess. You chose this and you gave him your system. Come on, bro. Like that shit don't even sound smart. Like you're clowning on him, but no, bro, you're mad you got played. That's what happened. You supposedly were so smart and you had all your shit together and he tore your ass up. Like how stupid. You know what? Maybe you were a kid. Let me pull back. Let me pull back. Young man, please understand something. While I understand that you want to help this person, you could have helped him directly by assisting him at the time at your house, since his mom kept bringing him over to your house anyway. Under no circumstances, I don't know what color this kid was, because my mama would have whooped my ass for me to let my Game Boy go to somebody else's fucking house in the first place. would have whooped my ass. Not just that day. I bet not ask for a game, nothing, not a Game Boy, Pokemon, nothing. Don't you ask me for shit, because you let James, the same kid who was jacking off in the corner, making up
Oh,
fake
God
girlfriends,
damn
steal
it.
this.
I told you that in confidence, man. You
You're
got
not.
jizz all on the Game Boy, the stick through your buttons, they don't work. You want me to buy you a new Game Boy, don't you? Sour Lemon 13. It's not happening.
uh,
Oh my
Better get a little Q-tip,
uh,
little toothpick, and clean out each little button, homeboy.
mm, mm. Oh
oh
man,
my
I'm sorry. I
God.
didn't mean to, but it
It's,
felt right.
it was right.
It was right. It was right. Yeah, it
It
was
was
right.
right.
It was right.
It was right.
Yeah.
Ridiculous, but right. Um, so Darius, what are your thoughts?
You know what? Lamar was right. Like he came off like he was the king of the nerds, but he got played. Like, and so now he's upset. He's mad. But dude wasn't that great. He wasn't as good, but he was good enough to play your ass. You know what I'm saying? He played you well and played your Game Boy. I mean, at least tell me you were smashing his moms or something, man. Give me something here. Give me a win. So, I mean, just take your L and move on, bro. Like, I wouldn't even see when I read this story. I wouldn't even gave his tag name because he came off as such a big douche. It's like he wants to be pubbed, and you don't even deserve that, bro.
Mm.
You know,
Very.
Pepper, black pepper, some weak ass pepper. That's what I give his ass, man. Get out of here, man. He's the pepper that when they come to the table with your Caesar salad, but you want some black pepper. I don't need any. You know what I'm saying? That's what he is.
Mm.
Sour lemon 13.
He called this man
uh,
Black Pepper. That's a new rating. We had a new rating. Lamar, we got a new rating. Black Pepper is a
just
new
black
rating.
pepper.
And like this is beyond a mount. A mount is like at
Just
least,
Yeah,
but this is
yeah,
Black Pepper.
yeah,
You know I can't taste
yeah.
that on my
No,
salad.
I'm good. I'm good. I don't,
I'm smooth. No thanks.
good.
Black.
You got any salt? You know what I'm saying? I'm black. I want high blood pressure. Any salt? Nah, I'm good.
It's the Black Pepper.
Mm.
Oh my God, this is foolish. I would say that it's a mild truth to me as well. Like, hey, it was kids, they took it, but it's your fault. Like, who gives
Yes.
away their their Game Boy? I can't imagine. So back in the day when the Game Boys came out, they were super expensive, at
Yeah,
least from my perspective. So I
and they
can't
use 8
imagine.
batteries.
Oh,
8
eight.
batteries. It was 8 batteries. Expensive as shit. Vic, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's 8 batteries. That's expensive as fuck.
You're good. I never owned one. I never owned one at all. Like, we got a Switch right now. I wish one of these motherfuckers would take that Switch to school and let somebody else have it. I wish they would. Punch them in the
Mm.
throat. We got 4 controllers. We ain't got time. Shit. But your friends?
I didn't
Shoot.
even let the kids ride my big wheel just down the block and back. So take my Game Boy, man. If I
Yeah,
had
no.
one, oh no.
Ridiculousness. Oh my goodness. All right, Darius, we're going to give you the floor before we get out of here. Any confessions that you like, the other confessions you'd be willing to share on the show, because we can
Other
always have you back.
confessions.
This has been an amazing, hilarious time.
Other confessions. Like I'm the guy that like when I meet people, I'm already thinking of ways to get out of hanging out with them. Like, I swear to God, I'll be like, I could, I just don't see it, bro. I just my time is limited, and it's like it's got to be. So, like, for me to be here tonight, like low key, Vic, in my line, I started to give her reasons why I couldn't do it. I was like, well, I ought to get 2 days off of work. Bears playing, and then I'm probably supposed to like with the kids or something. I'm trying to be a good dad sometimes, but but it's my dog, man. I say, let me do something different, jump out my comfort zone. Shit, the whole time I've been like pantsless this whole time, man. Y'all don't even know. I had to get comfortable.
Don't stand up,
No, I'm
fam.
bullshitting. I'm bullshitting.
I was going to ask you, is James in the room with you?
That's why it kept freezing.
He was like, I'm not cool with this, bro. I didn't sign no NDAs. I'm not cool with this. Had to get James cool, man.
Oh
Be cool, honey
my.
bunny. Be cool.
Absolute hilarity. So we will wrap up the show, but I will say thank you for being here. I hope you has had as much fun as I have because this
I
is
did.
hilarious.
I did.
You can come back anytime. It ain't got to be a one on the ones episode. Like absolutely hilarious.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you guys having me, man. Welcoming me and just letting me be me. I really do appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So, if you like today's show, help us out. Subscribe and send it to 2 friends. If you're not done so already, join our Facebook group. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Oh, and don't forget to check out our website at www.pigtruthpodcast.com. You can submit your listener submissions on the website, and you can be on the show, or we can tell your confession anonymously on the show anytime.
Oh, and don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you subscribe.
Catch you next time.
Later, James.
Absolutely the best. Okay. All right, folks. Catch you next time.